Hey everyone, it's me, Noah Meehan, on the Arc of Truth, and today we just found out that Joe Biden, former Vice President of the United States under the Obama administration, is now in the 2020 race. This, honestly, it wasn't, it wasn't really, it's not, well, it is big news, but it's not really a surprise to anyone. There's already been a lot of candidates from Bernie Sanders to Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, so it was obviously, um, uh, it was inevitable that Joe Biden would eventually get into the race. I mean, after all, this isn't his first rodeo when contending to the presidency. Back in 2008, he tried the same thing in the primary. Obviously, he lost to Obama, and of course in 1988. And well, we already know about history and stuff. So now, Joe Biden, according to a lot of people, he may be seeming like he may be the nominee. Now, I would have to sort of disagree and agree with them on that. I mean, yeah, he by Democratic standards, he is or well, tries to portray himself as a moderate, although I don't think that's really coming out too well, especially with some of the issues that he has. And, well, just the overall situation that he's already in. And I'm not just talking about personal stuff, although I will be talking about that in a second. I'm talking about the whole political atmosphere going on in the Democratic Party. So here are my 3 reasons why Biden, whether or not he becomes the nominee, will not become President of the United States. Number 1, his overall look. Now, what I mean about his overall look is, in the Democratic Party, there's already been a huge emphasis on this idea of identity politics. They do not like the idea of a straight white man being the leader of the Democratic Party. They prefer like people of color, which honestly I really hate that term, people of color, and gay people, and etc. 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 It's just the whole identity politics and the victimization culture that's been plaguing the Democratic Party right now. And with that, it puts Joe Biden at a major disadvantage because he's straight, he's a white man, and he's very old. I think he's already 78 years old. I can't be certain on that, but nonetheless, that whole image, it's not really good. And even though that he was the vice president under the Obama administration, there are some people that are thinking that the whole idea of Obama is just wearing off. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it still exists a little bit in the Democratic Party, but to how big of an extent, I don't think it's that much. I think it was actually way bigger back in 2016 when Hillary Clinton was the nominee than it is currently right now in 2019. So that is the first reasoning. Number 2 is his issues, his major baggage, because this has actually been around since his vice presidency. I've actually made this known in an earlier video about how he's been nicknamed Creepy Joe, and actually President Donald Trump has actually alluded to that in one of his tweets by calling him Sleepy Joe. Stick, Text, and Hammer obviously says that it's a means of to establish possible deniability, and I would have to agree. Because, well, even during the 2016 election, those two have been at odds. So, yeah, again, plausible deniability. But it's still a nickname that he has earned. There's been a lot of photos, a lot of footage showing him not really groping women, but being very uncomfortable and really strange when it comes, and acting very strange when it comes being around girls and women. especially during a few times of um, ceremonies and that sort of thing. So, and let's not forget about the whole issue of the Me Too movement. He's actually been what I like to call Me Too'd, because one of the people who used to work with him, obviously now she is a worker for the Bernie Sanders campaign, just accused him of sexual assault. So with the whole idea of again, like I said before in the first reasoning, identity politics being the main frame, it's not gonna look pretty good for Joe Biden. In fact, even if he becomes a nominee, Donald Trump, even with his own personal problems that I would personally disagree with, would easily crush Joe Biden over his hypocrisy. That leads me to number 3. The current situation in the Democratic Party. Even now, it is completely split. The Democratic Party. It's just it's a mess. The entire Democratic Party is. There's either a moderate wing or a far left wing in terms of this. And right now it's in the major civil war with itself. And that's something that no political party needs, because without a political party that is united, there won't be any chance to, well, get any seats in the Congress or the presidency. And that's definitely a major issue. In fact, this is actually heavily affecting Joe Biden as we speak. Even on the second day, there's actually a news report that said Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has decided that she will oppose Joe Biden. She says that she will support the nominee. I wonder how much of a promise that is. But she will not support Joe Biden during the primaries. Again, this just emphasizes the whole division within the Democratic Party. When the self-proclaimed future of the Democratic Party is denouncing someone that is a well-known candidate running for president, you got yourself a problem. So yeah, I do not think that Joe Biden is going to be honestly doing pretty good, or the Democratic Party in general. It's just a lot of these candidates have so much baggage on them. I would argue that Joe Biden has the most baggage because of his status as the former vice president and his active involvement in politics. So I do not, even if he does become the nominee, I'm pretty sure that some Democrats would not really be interested in Joe Biden. I think they would just be more turned off by him, and eventually this will cause Donald Trump to win his re-election next year. My name is Noah Mion, the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Bye.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.